Hello and welcome back to Tales of Lumin. My name is Lumin and right now we're going to talk about the Xbox One. I mean, we spoke about the PlayStation 4, so it only seems fair. It launched today and I think it's a good idea for me to at least just give you my thoughts and impressions on the console. Tell you whether I'm going to get one or not and all the rest. But first, because I always seem to have something to shove in before the actual topic that I say I'm going to talk about, let's do that now. Why the heck not? Let's not break that cycle. Today's culprit is Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, and that's why I'm looking and sounding as tired as I am, because I've been playing and playing and playing, and recording and recording and recording, and talking and talking and talking, and it's been a blast. An absolute blast. I only got to start a little bit later this afternoon, but that's mainly just because my download took as long as it did. A 15 gig client takes a while to download on our slow South African internet, but man, let me just tell you that they've done something special with it, and I can't wait to share these videos with you guys, share my experiences playing the game with you guys. It's going to be a blast. Starting up a Crusader playthrough from zero, from scratch. I'm playing with my mage through Act 5, and I've got an overview video that I'm kind of proud of because I managed to shove all the information that you need about Reaper of Souls, or at least what you need to know about it before watching a playthrough or something, into a video that ended up being something like 13 minutes long. That's short. That's really short for me. And I've got water and a nectarine. That's a nectarine. It's kind of small. I'm going to eat it when I'm done here. I'm super keen to eat it right now. Oh, I'm just very hungry. Anyway, Xbox One. So it launched today in something like 15 countries around the world. If I'm not mistaken, and I may well be, it costs about $100. So for me, it's like 1,000 Rand more than the PlayStation. And, well, a lot of people aren't that happy about the fact that it is technically slower than the PlayStation 4. Some of its parts, the parts that are built into it and can't change, are not quite as good as some of the parts in the PlayStation 4. I'm sure some of the other parts in it are slightly better, but the PlayStation 4 seems to, at this moment in time, be getting better performance in most cases. The only cases where the Xbox One is outperforming it is where the Xbox One is running at a lower resolution. That's also been a big conversation point over the past couple of weeks. 720p, whereas the PlayStation 4 is getting 1080p on most. I don't know how big of a deal that is to you guys, but to me that's not a deal breaker in any way. Now, I personally have nothing against the Xbox One. I kind of just prefer the PlayStation 4. I like the exclusives that come to PlayStation, that generally come to PlayStation more, and I always like the feel of the PlayStation controller more so than the Xbox controller, which is weird. I think it's the opposite for most people, but I think that's because I've only really ever played on PlayStations. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. I never really touched an Xbox. None of my family members or anything had Xboxes, so I just never came into contact with it. Thus, I was born and bred PlayStation. So that's the main reason I'm probably going for a PlayStation, but if I do happen to be blessed with sufficient funds when the time comes, fine, I'll get both. No reason not to, seeing that this console generation is no doubt going to last quite some time, and I think that those of you out there that perhaps have stable incomes, proper jobs, earning decent money, those of you that can afford to buy both, you're probably thinking the same thing. Why not? Why not get both? Play the exclusives for the one on the one, play the exclusives for the other on the other, get the best of both worlds. Ideally, that would be what you'd shoot for, to be able to do that. If you can only choose one, well, then you've got a tough choice on your hands. I was looking at the launch lineup for the Xbox One. It's actually right here, and there are obviously a lot of the same games culprits being Assassin's Creed, Battlefield, Call of Duty, stuff like that. Then you got a couple of exclusives. Crimson Dragon, Dead Rising. I think Crimson Dragon hasn't been doing very well in terms of reviews. Dead Rising, so-so, but the game itself looks like fun. Looks like it's a little bit buggy, a little bit sluggish in some ways. I think the performance is not quite where it could or should be, but the fun factor of the Dead Rising series is still there, so hey. Then there's stuff like Killer Instinct, which I heard was really, really good. Solid fighting game. I kind of like the sound of that. Loco Cycle apparently wasn't very good. I see Rivals is on this as well. Rise, Son of Rome, which was much anticipated. Seems like it didn't do that well. Reviews were also not great. I saw some sites giving it like a 3 out of 10, a 1 out of 5. Ridiculously low ratings or scores like that. Then there's Zoo Tycoon. I would be the most keen for Zoo Tycoon. Is that an exclusive? If so, right there. I'm clicking on it now so I can see if there are any screenshots. Yes. Oh my goodness. It's an image of a person feeding a banana to an elephant. Oh, yes. Okay, so that would be the one. I love Tycoon games, and this one looks visually stunning. So there you go. Xbox One, all the way. Because of Zoo Tycoon. Okay, but seriously now, I do like Zoo Tycoon. I like the look of it, I like the sound of it, whatever. But that aside, the Xbox One is meant to be giving you a little bit more in terms of, let's just say, living room enhancements, TV enhancements than the PlayStation 4. I know there are some other things that would attract people to the PlayStation 4, like the Vita TV, and then the compatibility, or at least cross-networking between the Vita and the new app that you get for smartphones and all that other stuff. That's kind of a draw for the PlayStation, but the Xbox is meant to have a whole lot more in terms of living room functionality. I also absolutely love what you can do with the new Kinect. I saw a little GIF or video of this couple. Okay, so the woman comes walking in to the room, and then on the TV you see this little name tag above her head. Her name with a picture of her little avatar and everything. Then it says hello to her when she comes in. It greets her. Then the husband, who also had the little name tag there, hands the controller over to her, and then the Xbox, mustn't get them mixed up now, the Xbox recognizes that and loads up her profile page or something like that. I don't remember it. It was a couple of days ago. And that, well, that was kind of cool. I love the idea of doing stuff like that. And that would be a draw for me to something like the Xbox. I realize, however, that a lot of the TV functionality, the stuff that makes it so interesting and so appealing, is not even available in our country and wouldn't be usable without significant bandwidth, which I most definitely don't have. The person that took 28 hours to download the Reaper of Souls client. I don't have that kind of bandwidth here in South Africa, so I don't know if I'd be able to make that work with our current connection. I don't know. I may be wrong. We don't have things like Netflix. We don't have things like Hulu or whatever that other junk is that they put on there as well. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. I probably got them all mixed up. Those are probably the two that are on PlayStation. I just don't know anything about those things because they are not available to us here. I've never used them in my life. I'm sad that I haven't, but I haven't. Then, the final thing, I had a list of some of the exclusives that I would be interested in. Titanfall and Halo. I mentioned Zoo Tycoon as well. And then some of the others that they mentioned at some point during the Xbox conference. I just can't remember what they were. I feel so bad about forgetting. Titanfall is, however, coming to PC, so not a big thing at all. I'd rather just play it on PC. I mean, I've got a Titan, for goodness sake. The card alone is probably faster than both the Xbox One and the PlayStation combined. Anyway, that's what I think about the Xbox One. I like it. Don't get me wrong. If I said anything that implies otherwise, don't take it too seriously. I do like the look and let's just say feel of the Xbox One, and I would, if I had the funds, purchase it for myself, but sadly right now I would firstly shoot for the PlayStation 4, then go for the Xbox One. If I had the funds to buy both, I'd do it. In a heartbeat, I'd do it, and I would probably get a lot of enjoyment out of both of them. I would. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have the same problem as me when it comes to the next gen consoles, but I don't even think the Xbox One is coming out in South Africa in 2013. Now, I may or may not be correct, but I think I read somewhere that we're only going to see it early 2014. Now, it's not a long time till the end of the year, but the fact that the PlayStation 4 has internationally launched before the Xbox One, and then in South Africa launched before the Xbox One by a good long distance, and now the Xbox One's only coming out that much later, and the PlayStation 4 in South Africa is coming out sometime in December, early December. That's gonna, let's just say, reduce the market share that the Xbox would have had by a big fat chunk, because gamers are by nature impatient. They just are. So if there's a full month that they need to wait, or longer, to get their grubby hands on the Xbox One, when the PlayStation's already there, calling them, playing that siren song, attracting them to it, they're not going to be able to resist. They're just not. And then I guess I don't blame them. But I do like the look of the Xbox One. I'm jealous of all you guys and girls that have it. And on that note, how many of you went out to get it at midnight? How many of you were part of those pretty epic looking launch parties? They look good. There was nothing like that here, sadly. I would love to attend something like that one day. Maybe the next console generation will be the one where I'm ready to do something like that, ready to fly over the ocean to attend something. It probably won't be that. Now, get me wrong, I'd rather go to BlizzCon first, or E3, or Gamescom, or something like that. But still, I'd love to experience something like that one day. And to all of you that did, congratulations on your new Xbox Ones. I will again say I'm jealous, and I hope you guys enjoy the heck out of it. Let me know what your favorite games are for the Xbox One currently. Was I wrong about Rise, Son of Rome? Is it good? I heard that it's eye candy and that's about it, which is really sad. But hey, you need games like that, and the first generation games, they are never super amazing. You gotta wait a while to see what the consoles are really capable of, and that said, maybe somewhere down the line, possibly not too far down the line, the Xbox One catches up in terms of performance, because the devs and companies that are making the games know what to do with it. Better at least than they know now. That's possible. But I'm done. I've already spoken for too long about my feelings, thoughts, and everything else concerning the Xbox One, so you can check back here soon for more Tales of Lumin episodes. Tomorrow I might record one in the morning because, as I said, we're going... Sorry. I'm just choking on my own spit. Edit that part out. Someone else do it, because I am sure as heck not going to. We are going to the farm, and we're going to come back early-ish the next day, so I want to get back to recording more stuff, editing those Reaper of Souls videos, getting them online for you guys to watch, and all that other good stuff. But again, let me know about the Xbox One. You could even tell me in this video, because why the heck not, Xbox versus PlayStation. And I don't want an argument or a battle or anything. I just want to know, in your personal opinion, which do you prefer, and which are you going to, or have you already gotten? Let me know. Give this video a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. Most importantly though, happy Microsoft Xbox One. Oh, and that white one looked so good. The We Made It edition, the one that the Xbox team got. Happy that.